Tony Bellew versus David Haye too. It should be a good fight. The first fight was good for the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then David Haye, ruptured his Achilles. I don't know if he can come back from that and be fully healthy. We will see, because he has not put a lot of pressure on it as far as somebody trying to come after him and and take his head off in real life competition. Yes, he has had some sparring, and I'm pretty sure he had tested it in the sparring, but now he's going to test it on the big stage. Not David Haye, but Tony Bellew knows that he ruptures his Achilles because he did it in the fight against him. Or will he try to force him backwards? Would he try to force him to move in a way that David Haye does not want to move, and try to test that leg? But I'm gonna have to go with Tony Bellew. I don't know. I think David Haye got 1 foot in a boxer and 1 foot in of being a promoter, because he is a promoter, and he has a lot of time on his hand promoting other fighters. He got other fighters he promote, and I don't like fighters promoting while they're fighting, because it's a distraction. Some fighters can do it, but I don't know if David Haye is all the way in on winning, as far as completely taking himself to that level that he has to win. I know David Haye was a great fighter back in the day, really good fighter back in the day, until he had that fight with Klitschko, and then things went downhill from there. He blamed on his hurt toe, but all through the press conference he was talking about taking the Klitschko heads off, had cut offs of their heads and all that stuff. So he don't get no pass from me on that. But Tony Bellew is not a great fighter by no means. He got knocked out by Adonis Stevenson. He got beat by a couple other fighters. The biggest fight he won was against David Haye, and that was a David Haye with a ruptured Achilles. So I don't know how David Haye gonna come back from that. I can't go with David Haye on this one, man, because athletes trying to come back from that Achilles, if he was a little bit of a younger guy, David Haye is in his 30s, it's mid-30s, I believe. If he was in his 20s or something like that, I can say he can have a full recovery. But the fact that he's an older guy trying to come back from a torn Achilles, and Achilles, I don't think it healed. It takes a little while for that thing to fully heal. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna have to go with Tony Bellew. It's no real breakdown of no sweet science significance. I'm just gonna go with Tony Bellew, because I don't think David Haye is all the way mentally there, and then he's coming off that Achilles tear. And then, good coverage by Fight Hype, and how they covered this. I seen the face-off. David Haye did put his head. They put their head on each other's. They put their head on each other's head. And Tony Bellew took obsession to it. Maybe David Haye was pushing him with his head a little bit, and he ended up pushing David Haye. So we'll see. Did David Haye get in Tony Bellew's mind in the last press conference? I don't know. Is Tony Bellew just trying to do that to ramp David Haye up, trying to make him wind up and come after him so he can work his game plan? We don't know, but we'll see. But I'm out, man. Subscribe to the channel. We can have good dialogue, good debates. I go live sometimes. I'm out.